Namaskar. Welcome to Opinionated. Today, I'll discuss about the Trump assassination attempt. But unlike the typical videos that I see in YouTube right now, I'll not cover the conspiracies and what could have been the reasons behind it. What would be the outcome of the election? Uh, I would rather focus on a very narrow subject. And I looked at a lot of videos and I thought I want to speak about it. And the narrow subject is the incompetence of the police and secret service. Uh, Now, I'll also talk about if the police and secret service is incompetent, that is, if you cannot protect your president, then you do not even have a democracy in this country. You're not a republic, right? Because without the ability to protect your leader, without the ability to ensure that the leader can take the decisions, without ensuring that we have the ability to ensure that your leader can take sometimes unpopular decisions without a blowback in terms of life, right? Means, I'm sorry, but this is not democracy. This is what United States loves to call other countries banana republic, right? United States, the democracy and the police force and the security services and the deep state has made it a banana republic. It's a joke. Whether you like Trump or you hate Trump, whether you like Biden or hate Biden, if you are a sane-minded person, you will agree that protecting the leadership is a very important thing. If you want to be taken seriously, you need to be able to protect your leader. Now, having said that, I'll start uh, showing some videos and we will dissect what's going on, right? And so the first video that I'm going to share is the video that we almost always seen in news, right? This is the Trump speech.
Take a look at what happened.
So there was the first shot that probably grazed Trump's ear. Then the shooter took a second shot, probably within a second. And after that shot, Trump ducked down. Then the shooter took a third shot in probably the third second, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, if you see there's a third second, and a third shot has been taken. So I hear another 4 shots right now. Probably 2 more are from the wannabe assassin, and probably the rest is from Secret Service or police snipers. Or maybe that one is from the police sniper. So it is possible that totally the sniper took up to 5 or 6 shots, and then the assassin was eliminated by a police or Secret Service sniper, which is essentially 8 seconds from the first time the sniper took a shot, right? The assassin sniper took a shot. A few more things in this video is we see that by the time the third shot has taken place, uh, 1 or possibly 2 Secret Service agents are coming and trying to protect Trump, right? Um, so yeah, certainly, the last shot was from a different gun uh, compared to the other shot. So I think the 8-second mark is the time when the sniper was eliminated. Okay. So the question that I want to ask here is what happened between timeline 0 and timeline 8 second? Why did it take Secret Service so much time to figure out where the shooter is? And the reason I'm saying this is because there is one more video which I'm going to share right now. Listen to this video. This was excellent journalism. Some BBC journalists, no BBC, I'm surprised. They have some journalists who are still good in their organization. But this journalist interviews some person who claims to have seen the shooter climb up to this rooftop. And for about a minute, he's trying his best to inform the police and Secret Service, but apparently nobody takes him seriously.
Someone who was here, you weren't inside the event, nope, but you were just outside. Tell us what you saw.
So we had a party here all day. You can see behind us at the Brinkles Farming Greenhouse here. We had a party, and we all decided, hey, when we hear Trump up there, we're going to walk up through the field, stand by the trees up there under the shade, and watch and listen to the rally. Right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, but we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, and we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service?
We were telling the police. We were pointing at them for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? This is not.
So this is what this person is trying to say is that this person, along with few others, were trying to inform the Secret Service and the police that there's a shooter who is trying to take down Trump, and nobody's paying attention. Right? This person also points out that the attacker has climbed up to this roof that's unmonitored and unsanitized. It is probably 100 or a couple of 100 yards from the place Trump is, maybe 100 meters, right? And it's completely unsanitized. So I want to also share this. Have a listen to this one.
Take me back. What were you doing before the shooting happened? And then what did you see and hear?
I was just standing there like everybody else, waiting for Trump. And as Trump started, I noticed 2 officers that were looking for something or somebody. I was looking around myself and seeing a guy on top of one of the buildings go in between one building to the next, and went and told the officer that he was up there. And when I went back to my spot, I heard that people could still see the person from where they were standing. So I checked that out, and I went back to tell the officer that if he came over there, he could see them. And when I turned my back is when the shots when the shots started, and then it took me a second or two to figure out exactly what it was, and then it was just getting out of there and helping some other person out with her child, and we got out, and that was the end of that, and I went and left, and that was all.
Just take
So this is exactly what I'm trying to say here. Is this other gentleman? He is going back and forth between the area where the Trump campaign rally is going on, and this gentleman is trying to complain to the police, talk to the police, and it appears to me that it's probably a minute or a couple of minutes between the time that they inform the police and the shooter shoots his first bullet, right? So a couple of minutes has passed by, and the Secret Service or the police or the military does nothing, right? Which is very, very surprising to me. I mean, that's why I wanted to show this map. If you can see this map. So this is where the Trump rally is going on, right? This is the podium. So the thing in purple is where Trump is standing. The yellow and the purple thing, right? And the shooter is on a building rooftop adjacent to where the rally is going on, with a clear line of sight. Now, this person, Patriot, thanks to this gentleman who has created this map for us to use. In X, he says that everybody is free to use, but this is actually a great map to leverage to show what kind of incompetence this is. The reason I say this is because if you're Secret Service and you're trying to protect the president or the ex-president or the future president, and this is the particular place, this is pretty empty. There are only few spots that somebody can leverage to take, attempt an assassination, right? And the few spots would be the top of the buildings on north, towards the north, right? Assuming that's the north, at least not of the picture. Now, if you are Secret Service, what will you do? You will look at the spots where you think threats can come in, threats can appear, right? So you would know that if there's a enemy sniper or assassin, then the buildings towards the north would be the most likely buildings that they would use to take down the president, right? I'm actually, super surprised. Honestly, this is like 100 meters, right? So the shooter who tried to take down Trump seems to be decently good, because he missed the first shot by probably an inch or less. Honestly, this is just by God's grace that Trump was relatively unharmed. I mean, if it would be any other day, I guess Trump would be dead, and this would, create a civil war. This, and there's one more person who shares the video that Trump actually, second before the first bullet hits him, he turns his head, and had he not turned the head, it would have taken his brain out. The bullet would have seriously taken his brain out, and he would be either a vegetable by now, or he would die. Right. So, look at the level of incompetence, right? Anybody who's, who has an asset to protect would try and see that if they can sanitize those spots on the north, because that's the only high ground here. If you want to take down the president, the only way you can do that is go to a higher ground where you have an advantage. And that's the only high ground. So how come there is not a drone or actually somebody on that roof ensuring that the high ground is sanitized and clear of threats. How come there is, the security detail or the Secret Service sniper is not looking at this rooftop, even though they are receiving information from bystanders and general public that there is a shooter on top? I'm actually surprised and dumbfounded by this, right? Uh, let's look at one more video here. Let's look at the secrets, or I don't know if it's a Secret Service or police.
And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
So look at this. So just before the first shot happens, the Secret Service notices something. Okay.
Happened.
First shot, second, third. Fifth. So even now, even on the up to the fifth shot, look at this. Look at the other sniper here. 5 shots has taken place. The other sniper on the right, the Secret Service or police sniper who is supposed to protect the president, is actually ducking down. What on earth is this? I'm actually shocked. Instead of trying to figure out where the shots are coming from, this gentleman is actually ducking down. Okay, the other gentleman gets, or others, police sniper on the left, top left, gets startled a bit. See this. So he looks up, okay, then he looks down. The second shot happens. He, I guess, either loses his footing or the tripod becomes unbalanced. He looks up again. And that's where I think he refocuses and readjusts his scope and takes down the sniper. Right? Again, 8 seconds. Like, really? You're supposed to be the best. And this is what you do? Sniper number 2 ducks, tries to take cover. Sniper number 1 loses footing. What's going on here? Let's see one more video here. I'll show you a different level of incompetence in this video.
To our country, probably 20 million people. And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Look at this. I want to show you this. The first shot happens, and the Secret Service agent on the right ducks. Look, he's completely crouched. What's his job? His job is to run to the stage and create a cover, not to care about his life, but to protect his asset, that is the president. See, this person is still, look here. Yeah, the Secret Service agent here is still sitting down, crouching down. Are you serious? Jesus Christ. One more video for all of you. Now, this is something that happened. I'll mute the video. Look at this lady. She doesn't know what she's doing here. She is unable to figure out, how to secure her gun. She's kind of confused. Let's look at it again. She, she doesn't know what she's doing here. Look at this. Look at this. She's not able to secure her gun. She just gives up. Again, look at one more video. I just want to bring.
Happened to our country. Probably 20 million people.
Look at the other guy.
And you know, that's a little bit old.
He's sending
That
folks
chart
towards the
is a couple
back.
months old, and if you want to really see something that's sad, take a look at what happened.
Look. What happens? He ducks. He ducks. I don't understand this. I seriously don't. I mean, your only job, that's why you're getting paid for. Like, once in 30 years, somebody would take a shot at the president. Your only job is to run towards the president and create a cover. Your job is not to duck and try and save your own life. Where is the training? I mean, this level of incompetence. Let's see one more. Look at this. Look at this. Look at all these ladies over here. They don't seem to know what they're doing. There's one lady who seems to know what they're doing, but she wants to wear her glasses right now. She wants to look cool. They're like, looks confused. My goodness. I mean, how much incompetent can you be? I mean, this calls to question a couple of things. Number one is the leadership of Secret Service should be questioned, because there was a lot of lapses. Now, I'm not claiming this is a DEI problem, as some people are claiming that, look, Secret Service is trying to get women on board. I think they are talking about 30% reservation of women. And in trying to get to that number, they are compromising on the quality of their officers. I'm not claiming that, because I see incompetence from the sniper, right? From the police or Secret Service sniper, who is one, ducks under cover. The other takes 8 seconds to figure out where the threat is coming from. There are two other Secret Service male agents who ducks to try and save their own life and not jumps towards the president. There are a bunch of lady officers who are totally confused. They don't know how to manage their gun. Absolutely insane. So the leadership of his Secret Service, I think, should resign. They need fresh leadership. The training of Secret Service needs to be relooked at, because clearly most of the folks, except for the two gentlemen who rushes to the stage at the beginning, except for them, I think everybody failed. Right? Everybody in Secret Service failed. The planning failed. The local cops failed. I don't think this can be pardoned. One needs to figure out what's going on, because, as I said in the beginning, if you do not have a way to protect your president, then you don't have a democracy. Then you're not a republic. You're a joke. So, serious topics. That's all I have from the serious topics. But I just want to share with you some funny, I would say blue MAGA videos that I came across. Now, what's blue MAGA? Blue MAGA is what you have on your right, as MAGA, which is the fringe right, and then you have a lot of fringe left. And why I'm saying, fringe left, because earlier I was under the impression that, look, yes, fringe left exists, but the sanity on fringe left is a lot more than probably fringe right. But honestly, that's not true. I mean, look at the rant of this lady.
I just found out about this shit. It just happened. I haven't even had a second to process. You're telling me somebody finally had the balls to bring a pew-pew and he missed! We were a second away! We were a centimeter away from half of the problem being gone and you missed! There was a white man attached to that trigger. I know it! We were
Now, I don't know if, this is insane, right? One more, I found this professor, Karen Pender, uh, and some of the chats that I look at, like they are almost celebrating that, they're almost wishing, and their desire seems to be like killing Trump. Like, I don't understand this, right? No matter what your political beliefs are, you want to address that, you know, you want to exercise that via ballots, not bullets, right? That's the democracy that we want to live in. But see, the thing is this, I feel blue MAGA and red MAGA, they are like mirror images of each other, right? They have different viewpoints, but both are aggressive, both are, they have desires to be dictatorial, um, they have desires to mimic fascism, they want to exercise violence as a means to their end, they have desires to kill people. That's the level of divide we see in the country. uh, Never thought that will, blue MAGA would turn out to be as radical as red MAGA, but that's the reality today. The left and the right, the fringes on the left and right, have become so crazy that they would rather kill each other and want the death and destruction of each other than trying to reform the country and have their views heard via the electoral process. It's actually very pathetic. It's very pathetic. I'm sorry, but this is completely unacceptable. If this continues, I think there could be a day where there's a civil war. If, God forbid, Trump would have, if they would have taken out Trump, this would have been a civil war, right? The far left and the far right would have started killing each other. And again, I say that's why it's very important that I always say, United States, the left always wants to criticize other governments that are right of center or right wing, like India, Hungary, and others, and they would be very critical of their governance. And they would always say that, hey, the democracy is eroding in those countries, and there's like authoritarianism. But what's going on here? Is democracy not going down in the United States? I want them to introspect instead of lecturing others. I think it's time to figure out how to reform United States and how to ensure that the backsliding of democracy in United States gets timed and the country goes back to recovery. I hope the Secret Service pays attention. I hope the government pays attention. I hope things get fixed. Till then, adios and namaskar.